this gig were laughably simple. Honestly, I think a brain-dead monkey could have done it. Stand around for hours in a sweltering, oversized costume, wave at tourists, take pictures, and most importantly, don't scare the kids. It seemed like the perfect summer side hustle before heading back to college in the fall. Easy money, right? Wrong. My summer as a Disney character performer didn't just almost ruin my life. It nearly ended it, and I'm not being dramatic when I say this could have happened to anyone in that role. I wasn't special. I wasn't reckless. I was just in the wrong place at the wrong damn time. I played Goofy. You know that big dopey dog who stumbles around yelping nonsense and making kids laugh. My usual spot was Main Street, USA, where I'd entertain crowds, pose for photos, and keep the mood light. The shifts weren't bad. The pay was decent. And most of the kids were sweet. Most. One of the weirdest things about being a silent performer, you hear everything. Guests forget you're a real person inside that suit. They spill their secrets, argue with their spouses, complain about the heat right in front of you like you're part of the scenery. Most of it was harmless. A mom griping about her husband spending too much on souvenirs. A teen whining about waiting in line. But sometimes, you'd catch something darker. A few weeks into the job, a little boy, maybe 6 or 7, walked up for a photo. I gave him my usual goofy wave. Did a little dance, expecting him to giggle and pose. But instead, he just stared. Then, in a voice so quiet I almost missed it, he whispered, "I think someone's trying to hurt me." I froze. My training sure as hell didn't cover this. His parents, or who I assumed were his parents, were a few feet away, distracted by their phones. What was I supposed to do? Break character? Grab security? I forced a chuckle, snapped the photo, and watched as the adults tugged him away without a second glance. But the way he looked back at me, pleading, like he knew I could have helped, it made my stomach twist. I should have done something right then, but I hesitated. By the time I snapped out of it, they were gone, swallowed by the crowd. I couldn't shake the feeling that I just failed that kid. So I took my break early and called my supervisor, Sal, over in Animal Kingdom. "Sal, I think something's really wrong," I stammered, explaining what happened. He sighed like I was overreacting. "I'll look into it," he said. Look into it? That kid could be in real danger. And Sal was treating it like a misplaced wallet. I couldn't wait around for bureaucracy, so I went straight to security near Main Street. The officer on duty barely looked up from his desk. "What time did this happen?" "About 3:30, I said. They pulled up the park cameras, fast-forwarding until I pointed at the screen. "That's him. That's the..." At least they were still in the park. That was something. But the security guy just shrugged. "They're just walking around. Going on ride. Doesn't look suspicious." Then Sal called back. "No missing kid report. Probably just a misunderstanding." A misunderstanding? The kid had blood on his sleeve when he whispered to me. I saw it, but they weren't listening. I memorized their last location, Jungle Cruise, and pretended to drop it. "All right, thanks anyway." But I wasn't done. I rushed back to the dressing room, suited up again, and headed straight for the ride. If they wouldn't take me seriously, I'd find the kid myself. Yeah, I'd probably get fired for ditching my post, but I didn't care. At the Jungle Cruise, I asked the ride operator if a family matching their description had boarded recently. He gave me a "are you kidding me" look, but humored me. When he recalled the boats, my stomach dropped. One of them had blood smeared on the seat. They must have gotten off mid-rock. There were emergency exits all along the cruise. Easy to slip away if you knew where to look. I didn't wait for permission. I started the ride myself, scanning the fake jungle for any sign of them. Then my radio crackled. Sal's voice, furious. "Get back here now or you're fired." At the same moment, I heard it. A muffled scream. I looked up and saw them. The boy struggling in a woman's grip. A man beside them, gripping something shiny. A knife. "Hey," I shouted, leaping off the boat. They spun, stunned, as I crashed through the fake foliage. When they realized I was the same Goofy from before, the man pressed the blade to the kid's throat. "One more step and he's dead," he hissed. The boy's arms were already nicked with shallow cuts. My mind raced. Then I remembered. The elephant animatronic. I took a step back. The kidnapper smirked, thinking I was backing down. Then, wham! The mechanical elephant's trunk swung out, smacking him square in the face. I lunged, grabbing the kid as the man stumbled, right into the path of an oncoming boat. The crunch was sickening. The woman screamed, but security was already closing in. Turns out they had been watching the cameras, just not fast enough. Later, the cops confirmed the parents were kidnappers who targeted the family days earlier, planning to ransom the boy. The blood, a warning to keep him quiet. Happy ending for the kid. For me, fired. Insubordination. So yeah, my summer at Disney wasn't exactly magical. But I'd do it all again if it meant saving that kid. Even if Mickey himself wouldn't give me a damn reference.